Professor Bill Fromming, Provost of Palo Alto University, Stephen Smith, James Otieno, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I wanted to, first of all, thank you all for welcoming us and hosting us here tonight. But more importantly, for the couple of days we have been here in California, you've accompanied us, you have been with us in many events, and you have made us feel at home. I thank you. I'm just very delighted tonight to be among the distinguished community of Palo Alto University. And I'm even happier to share with you a little bit of the story of my country, Rwanda. I'm saying just a bit of it because the story is very long. So I just only touch a part of it. But before I go into that, once again, I wanted to say particularly how Professor Fromming is a friend of Rwanda and knows that part of the story of my country, and I'm aware there are many others here tonight who have visited Rwanda, who have been associated with Rwanda in many other ways and have been very helpful. I just wanted to take this moment to express our gratitude to you all. Now, the new Rwanda I happen to be part of in terms of leadership is just 20 years old. This is a new Rwanda we have been trying to assemble and put together as a nation after the devastation of the genocide that Stephen quite well described by giving many examples. There are many stories, there are many examples. There are thousands, hundreds of thousands of them. In fact, I don't know of any single family in Rwanda that has not been affected by the genocide one way or the other, on the side of those who were targeted, the victims, the survivors, also on the side of those who were involved on the side of the crime. At the end of the day, it covered the entire country. And everybody lost one way or the other. We lost people, but even those who killed them lost. So you can imagine I'm finding it difficult to know where to start the story and even where to end it. But what has already been given to you shows what a daunting task it is. One, to be a leader of that country. Two, even for the Rwandans who are trying to build their lives and have had to make very difficult choices almost all the time. I'll give you another story adding to what Stephen gave us, and I shared it with the people at the table where I was in brief when we were talking about the situation. Imagine one day I was confronted by a young woman who had a child born out of rape during the genocide. And this woman came to me. It was a day we were commemorating genocide. This year will be the 20th. And the woman told me she needed my help and said, I have this child born out of rape. I don't know whether to love this child as my child, but I also can't hate this child because, on the other hand, the child is my child. And she wanted me to help her out of that dilemma, out of that situation. And it was difficult for me, so what I did, I just told her, I said, you know, choosing between liking this child or not liking the child, but at the end of the day, you are the one to live the kind of life after the choice that will be made. So I find it difficult to help you make the choice. But I can help you in all possible ways when you have made the choice to live with the choice you have made. And there are so many of these stories, and this characterizes the kind of life, the kind of country we have had to manage. Again, much as there is the spirit of Rwanda that was talked about, people died, people have suffered, but the spirit remains intact. But this spirit alone, and the Rwandans alone, much as they have been the ones in the forefront to deal with this complex situation, I wanted to say what has made it possible for the country, what has made it possible for us to have come so far in dealing with this complex situation is because we have had friends like you. We have had people from across the world who have made the choice to associate with the story of Rwanda and be helpful in the many ways they have been, and there are many of you here tonight who have played your part. Even a small part matters. This is what we've learned in the process of rebuilding our country, and we see progress year in, year out. So I again wanted to thank you. Since we arrived here a couple of days ago, starting with the World Council, visiting Shaw Foundation, different universities we have been visiting, we have been visiting and discussing partnerships to help continue building our country, to make it the progress sustainable, and to keep the flame burning and continue to allow the country to keep moving forward. We've seen that the most important thing for us to start with, Rwanda, not so endowed in terms of resources as we know it for many countries. We value education. We value health of our people. We seek to invest in this asset that our people are and build a very strong foundation on which we can continue to move forward. It's on this backdrop that education, technology, business, different initiatives and innovations to bring technology to support different endeavors that we are carrying out in the country will continue to be our mission as we interact with different people, most especially here in California, in San Francisco, and generally in the whole of the United States. So mine tonight is to thank you, it is to invite you, it is to ask for your continued partnership and support so that the nation of Rwanda can continue to rebuild itself and be able to stabilize and develop and reach prosperity that many countries have taken for granted. Even with the tragic history, we are still a people that seek to achieve our dignity. We are as ambitious as any other people in this world, and we have set goals within our vision, building on our people, working together with the rest of our continent and the rest of the world in order for us to keep leaving behind this tragic history and focus more on the future that will bring together all Rwandans as a nation and Rwanda as a part of the global community where we can also play our rightful role as proud and dignified human beings. So I did not want to dwell so much on our history as much as I would want to focus on our future. And I want to thank you very much for all the attention you've given us, all the time and passion and resources you have invested with us in our country. I thank you very much.